What is the impact of shame-based learning styles? This question was posed to me inside my Facebook group this morning, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about it more widely because I think it's really important. So let's start off with considering what is a shame-based learning style. Now, for me, a shame-based learning style is anything that makes the person less than, deficient, not enough. So like something's wrong with you, something about you is not okay, so let's make you feel about that thing, and in order to be successful, okay, worthy, valid in the world, you need to alter or amend yourself in some way so that you get to be valid, okay, worthy. Now let's look at, dog's going mad, let's look at where this happens in various systems that we operate in. So the first thing is that often this happens within the family system. So we're very, very little, maybe we get compared to siblings, or there's kind of a paradigm of this is how you need to be in this family, this is the way this family does it, this is the right way of operating, and if you don't fit within that framework, then you are made to feel bad, wrong, less than, and so you may start to adapt. Then you go to school, there's this education system and you have to tick the boxes of the education system. There are particular learning styles that you are required to adhere to. There are metrics. You go into the workplace has a set of like metrics that you are judged against, and we don't necessarily fall into those metrics or those standards naturally. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with us, but the shame-based methodology says, like, in order to succeed, in order to be promoted, in order to get your education, in order to belong in our family, in order to belong in our whatever, you need to tick these boxes because otherwise you aren't okay. And so if that's like the basis, and you can see how actually we have this shame-based learning throughout our lives, what then is the impact of that on the individual? So many and various, but I think the biggest one is an abandonment of who we are at our core, a deep belief that who we are is bad or wrong or not okay, and so we push down the parts of ourselves that we learned were not palatable in the family system, the education system, the corporate system, whatever, right? So there is then this disconnect between who we are and our innate gifts and what we bring in the world, and how we present, what we show up as, what we deliver, what we give, which is problematic, right? Because then we are going around wearing a mask because we aren't really sure who we are. We're constantly second guessing ourselves, so we absolutely lose self-trust because it's like, well, but I've learned all the way throughout my life that who I am is not okay, and in order to be successful I need to be this person. I've lost sense of myself along the way. Where it then also becomes a little bit more insidious is then when you get older, you may then end up in personal development spaces or have a therapist or like people that haven't really done their work, and they propagate these shame-based practices. So you're still in this space where it's like, this is wrong, you're wrong, this is stupid, why are you doing this like this? Like, you're too this, you're too that, you're too the other, and the spaces don't allow for like your brilliance, your gifts, your innate magic to be celebrated. And so you're then still in this loop of, I'm not okay. So in those situations, you then potentially give away all of your power, all of your autonomy, all of your sovereignty to the person leading the containers, just like you gave it away to mum and dad and the teachers and the boss, right? So that there is this complete disconnection from who you are. And then again, sometimes in personal development spaces, you almost end up with this like Stockholm syndrome situation where you've got someone telling you that you're and you're not enough, and the only way that you can be better is to follow their ways, they keep making you feel like shit, they keep shaming you, and you keep going back for more because you think that that is the path to like getting results. The path to getting results is to be who you are, to own who you are, to own your gifts, and to be in places and spaces that allow you to get those gifts to shine, right? Doesn't mean that you won't make changes. I've got an amazing coach at the moment, and she is really helping to hold me to like a higher standard, my higher timeline, to like really focus on what it is that I want to do and to sort of step out of the fear and be more me. But it's not happening from a place of what you're doing right now isn't good enough, like your shit, this isn't okay. It's from this real loving place of, okay, this is great, and I think you're now ready to step up. But to step up to be more me, not to step up to try and be her or be less me or hide things. So I hope that is helpful. We're at 6 minutes, so I will leave it there. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Like, have you had any experience of shame-based learnings? What are the impacts you think it's had on you? And if you are like, oh yes, a lot of this has happened, then there's a reason why my mastermind is called Your Way. Your Way is about helping you to develop ultimate self-trust in your way of doing things, in who you are, owning your gifts, bringing them into the world, but fundamentally living life from a place that is not led by shame, but it is led by who you are, what you want to do, and who you want to be. So if you would like to know more about that, please reach out. It's a small space. This one is ladies only. I do work with men, but this space is ladies only, limited to 8 amazing, incredible ladies looking to do all of work and life their way in 2025. So as I said, if you are interested, come and say hi. Otherwise, remember that you are a miracle. You are fantastic. You do not need to change. The shame-based chitty learnings need to change. And I wish you a lovely day.